Hello friends, beer enthusiasts and curious minds. Are you ready to embark on a fascinating journey through the world of beer? Grab a cold one, sit back, and let's dive into the incredible story of this beloved beverage that has been quenching humanity's thirst for thousands of years. Did you know that beer has a history older than bread itself? Can you imagine that? Let's start our adventure by traveling back in time, way back to the Neolithic period. Picture yourself standing in ancient Mesopotamia, in what is now modern-day Iraq, about 7,000 years ago. That's where archaeologists have found the earliest traces of beer production. Isn't it mind-blowing to think that our ancestors were brewing beer even before they figured out how to make bread? Now, fast forward to medieval Europe. Can you guess who were the master brewers of that time? Believe it or not, it was the monks. That's right. Those pious men in monasteries were not just praying, they were perfecting the art of brewing beer. They introduced hops to the brewing process, which not only added flavor but also acted as a preservative. Talk about divine intervention in beer making. But let's get back to the present and take a closer look at how your favorite brew is made today. Imagine yourself standing in a vast field of golden barley. Can you smell the earthy aroma of the ripening grain? This is where our beer's journey begins. The brewing process starts with malting. The barley is soaked in water until it begins to sprout, then quickly dried to stop germination. This process releases enzymes that will later convert starches into fermentable sugars. Can you picture the large malting floors, with kernels of barley spread out as far as the eye can see? Next comes the mashing stage. The malted barley is crushed and mixed with hot water in a large vessel called a mash tun. This creates a sweet liquid called wort. Can you imagine the sweet, malty smell wafting through the brewery at this stage? Then comes the boiling and hopping. The wort is boiled and hops are added at various stages. Did you know that the timing of hop additions can dramatically affect the beer's flavor and aroma? Early additions contribute to bitterness, while late additions provide more flavor and aroma. It's like a carefully choreographed dance of flavors. Now, here's where the real magic happens: fermentation. Yeast is added to the cooled wort, and these microscopic organisms get to work, converting sugars into alcohol and CO2. Can you picture millions of tiny yeast cells tirelessly working to create the beer we love? After fermentation, the beer is filtered, carbonated, and packaged. And voila! It's ready to be enjoyed by beer lovers around the world. But wait, there's more. Let's talk about some mind-blowing numbers that showcase the enormity of the global beer industry. Are you ready for this? In 2023, global beer consumption reached a staggering 1.9 billion hectoliters. That's equivalent to about 500 billion cans of beer. Can you even begin to visualize that many cans stacked up? And get this, the global beer market was valued at a whopping $612 billion in 2023. That's more than the GDP of many countries. It just goes to show how significant the beer industry is to the global economy. Speaking of consumption, did you know that China is the world's largest beer market? They consume about 20% of the world's beer production. In 2022, Chinese beer lovers drank over 45 billion liters of beer. That's enough to fill 18,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools. But it's not just about big corporations. The craft beer revolution has taken the world by storm, especially in the United States. Can you guess how many craft breweries there were in the US in 2023? Over 9,000. That's more than double the number from just a decade ago. It's a testament to the creativity and passion in the brewing industry. Now, let's talk about some of the health aspects of beer. Did you know that moderate beer consumption might have some health benefits? Some studies suggest it can reduce the risk of heart disease and provide certain vitamins and minerals. But remember, moderation is key. Excessive consumption can lead to serious health issues, including liver disease and addiction. Here's an interesting tidbit from history during the Prohibition era in the United States. How do you think breweries survived? Many of them pivoted to producing non-alcoholic beer and other products like ice cream and ceramics. Talk about adaptability. And here's something to think about next time you enjoy a cold one. Before refrigeration technology, beer was often consumed at room temperature or even warm. Can you imagine sipping on a warm beer on a hot summer day? The development of cooling technology revolutionized the beer industry, allowing for consistent production and storage of lager beers. As we look back at the entire story of beer, from its ancient origins to its complex production process and its massive impact on the global economy, it's hard not to be impressed by how far this industry has come. From a simple fermented beverage enjoyed by ancient farmers to a global phenomenon that shapes cultures and economies, beer has quite a story to tell. So, the next time you raise a glass of your favorite brew, take a moment to appreciate the long journey it took from the barley field to your hand. Remember, each sip is not just a sensory experience, but the result of thousands of years of history, science, and artistry. What do you think about this beer story? Do you know any interesting beer facts that we didn't cover? Share them in the comments below. And remember, always drink responsibly, enjoy your beer in moderation, and stay safe. Thanks for joining us on this bubbly journey through the world of beer. Until next time, cheers.